Hi, if you're watching this, I'm sure your relationship with growth is not new. You have tried so many different things. You have worked on your affirmations, you have worked on your visualizations, you've set goals. You have also gone ahead and created a list of things you want to buy when you hit that jackpot or that money amount, and nothing's worked. Or even if it has, then it has been very inconsistent. This is all about your relationship with money, the presence and the absence of it. I know a lot of times that when we start with working on money, we also look at aspects of, am I being consistent? You've already tried that. Am I showing up at the right opportunities? You've tried that. Money brings more money, so let me invest here or there. But then you see that a lot of times this is stalling. The flow of money is inconsistent. The flow of income or the increase of it does not always match with the pace at which expenses suddenly start mounting up. Have you realized that every time that you look at a certain sum of money having to come to you, you already have an expense which either matches or supersedes that amount? Then this is for you. If you are someone who's supporting a family, building a family, a new one for that matter, if you are someone who has been the responsible, who takes care of all the monthly expenses, the one who's responsible to bring in a major chunk of money, then I know how you feel from time to time, right? The frustration that starts building. It's not that it's not there entirely, but what you need to understand is something as simple as your relationship with money is either strained or it is a very hide and seek that you're trying to play with money, or a lot of times it is also that money flows, but it doesn't stay, right? What you had planned for doesn't happen. And I want you to know something. Money doesn't flow because of effort. It flows because of what you are as a person. How much can you contain? What is it that you have worked on yourself, right? It is gonna stay depending on your identity. What is it that you have embodied as a person? And that is exactly the work that we do here. Hi, I'm Tejal Desai. I am your manifestation mentor. Okay, let me name this what I see again and again as patterns. Money flows, but also drains away very quickly. But the responsibility of it starts feeling heavy. You see that every time you try to match it, there is someone or the other that you're not able to keep happy with it. Money flows, but a lot of times it also comes with a lot of other problems like health issues, relationships that are not working. And also, most importantly, money flows, but then it stops. It's not consistent. This is especially true if you are someone who's running your own household, if you're looking after aging parents, if you are someone who has just started a family, if you are someone who's responsible for your own children, their education, how life's going to unfold, if you are someone who's just gotten into a partnership and you want to start your own business, you already have all the ideas, but you're just waiting for that amount to show up. Let me go ahead and tell you this. This only happens when money does not feel safe internally. Have you seen a lot of people who walk around with generational expectations and that heaviness doesn't go away? You wake up each day stressed. You went to sleep with a thought that this is what I need. And then eventually what you see yourself is you wake up with that same stress. Here's a major part that people miss. Money doesn't come through affirmations. It comes when you start feeling safe in your own body, when you start feeling safe receiving it, when the amount suddenly starts showing up, and instead of giving it away quickly, sorting bills, you actually spend a margin of it on yourself, bringing that joy, keeping that momentum, keeping that emotion of celebration. Fear around money does not live in the mind, it lives in the body. And no amount of affirmations is going to go ahead and fulfill anything if your nervous system is constantly in a fight, flight, freeze, or fawn mode. So let me tell you a little bit more about myself, just so that you understand why I do what I do. I have approximately 20 plus years of corporate experience. I've climbed up the ladder to a place where people think and can see that I have immense amount of knowledge. I'm paid well. It's a nice cushiony position. But I saw that my relationship with money was a constant give and take. There was this constant heaviness that it brought along with it. Bills piling up, constantly looking over my back to see if we have enough. And this started to take a really big toll on my health. It wasn't until I actually was rushed to the hospital that I realized in that free time that it wasn't my desires that were not coming true. It was that they all were fulfilled, but internally my mechanics were not allowing me to stay in that position or to stay in that mode, to physically receive and be in that power for long, because I was constantly chasing the next goal. Money energetics is not mindset work. It goes beyond RS. This is where affirmations fail. What we do inside this work is we start working with your nervous system. We look at how things go beyond your neural pathway mapping, how things go beyond fear, beyond guilt. We work on how your body responds to money. Where does this fear, guilt around money sit? That heaviness within your body, and we release it. We also go ahead and work on various other ways where now your body is ready to receive and be in that identity. This is a lot of identity work that we work with. And it is about embodiment, it is about becoming the standards of the person who can now not just invite money at will, but also keep functioning from it. Old patterns that have been passed on to you generationally. We also work on things like old patterns that you yourself have inculcated in the process of trying to get rid of the old ones. Since you are someone who's wise enough to go ahead and work on all of these challenges in your life, you've also created certain beliefs that just might be the things that are blocking you now. So when you start working with us, you will identify what are these things, how can you let go of it, and then start becoming that vessel, that container who can now contain all of this. When your body and mind feels safe to receive, your work is done. So let me share what this work in money energetics has created. We've had clients who suddenly started working with us, and within a week or two, they saw clients signing up for their work. A person who came with zero identity or confidence in asking for a promotion actually got one surprisingly with a salary that exceeded her expectations. So that is how money energetics work. The more work you put in yourself, everything else just falls in place. The only work that you do is on yourself, within yourself. I have so many such stories to share with you. People who got promotions out of nowhere, people who signed up for better jobs, people who left their jobs to start their own organization, to become entrepreneurs. And I invite you to these experiences so that you can share, or you can be your own testimonial really. And you don't need other coaches to keep working on this. So these weren't lucky breaks. This was aligned identity work, and money follows wherever your identity goes. Money energetics is a 6 weeks commitment into your spiritually led identity shift. Why spirituality? I believe very firmly that it helps you anchor everything at a rapid pace. When you start trusting, you start surrendering, and then actually start putting in the work. It's not just technical stuff, so please be prepared to put in that work, and only if you're ready to put the work is how we move forward. The work will only work if you do. So what is included in this? We have, of course, you'll have the online content. Along with this, you also have weekly calls with me in person, and we will be working together as a group to see what are the blockages that you have. You will also be able to identify what your current money identity is, and then where is it that you want to go. So you will craft your own blueprint, and then you start doing in the work. You will also ensure to do the everyday practices that bring in stability so that you show up consistently and money starts showing up for you consistently as well. Embodiment practices that help you stabilize receiving. At the same time, you will also have worksheets that you can fill out and then track where you started and where you are at by the end of week 6. You will also be receiving from us special conversations that will help you elevate and bring life to your practices. You will have safe, grounded space for integration of all of this and real world application of everything that we practice. So this is for you if you are serious about your work, if you are ready to put in the work, if you're ready to put in the investment, you're ready to do the practices that we tell you about, and you are really looking at your next level. This is definitely not for someone who are dabblers, people who are looking for like super quick hacks, to make money, and it's not for you if you think you're not going to be able to put in the work. I am more than happy to work with you if you're ready. So the investment for Money Energetics is 555 euros. Before you go ahead with it, I would really like to talk to you. So if you think you are ready, ready for investing, ready to commit, and ready how money meets you and make that change, go ahead and book a call. On that call, we will see if we are a great match, and also at the same time, if you have the time and energy to put into this work, and whether it is the right time for you to invest. If you feel the calling, go ahead and book that call. Money listens to energy, and if you think this is the right time for you, go ahead and book that call, and I'll see you on it. All right?